Good day, everyone. I am Ira Manuta from Group 6, and today we will delve into the essential role of hydrological investigation in identifying or determining or managing the subsurface resources. So let's begin. So let me introduce first the definition and the purpose of hydrological investigation as well as the importance of it. So for its definition and purpose, hydrological investigation study the movement, distribution, and quality of water across the atmosphere, surface, and subsurface. So they aim to understand water systems for sustainable management. And for its importance is the key to efficient water resource management, flood and drought mitigation, maintaining water quality, and supporting ecosystem amidst climate challenges. So in short, hydrological investigation involves studying distribution or the movement of the water below the Earth's surface. Well, it's important for us to study or understand this because it is managing our groundwater resources for us to know or ensure the sustainable use for it. So here is the techniques in hydrological investigation. We have the geophysical method, hydrochemical analysis, drilling and sampling, and remote sensing. So I will discuss this furthermore in the next slides. So we have geophysical method here, which is there are two kinds of geophysical methods, two different kinds of surveys, which has the resistivity surveys and the seismic surveys. So for the resistivity surveys, for its overview, it measures the electrical resistivity of a subsurface material to identify various in soil, rock, and underground or groundwater properties. And it's for application, groundwater exploration, environmental studies, and geological mapping. And it's for advantage naman, it's cost-effective, non-invasive, and effective for shallow investigation. While it's for limitation, it is limited depth and affected by soil saturation. And then for seismic surveys, this is used as seismic waves to determine the subsurface structures and materials properties by analyzing the wave propagation and reflection. Well, it's for application, it's for oil and gas exploration, engineering projects, and earthquake studies. Its advantages, it has high resolution imaging and deep penetration capabilities. And for limitation naman, it's much higher cost and requires complex data processing. So, geophysical method in short, such as the resistivity survey and the seismic survey, are non-invasive techniques used to map underground formations. So these methods are valuable or for identifying aquifers and other subsurface features, though they come with their own limitations such as the limited in affected by soil saturation and high costs. Okay. Next is we also have the hydrochemical analysis. So the hydrochemical analysis have three different kinds, which is the water sampling and testing, indicators of water quality, and the application and resource assessment. So you can just pause and read things. I'm just gonna summarize it. So hydrochemical analysis involves sampling and testing water to determine its quality. Sa water and sampling and testing, para ma-identify ninyo ang quality sa tubig. And then, this information is crucial for assessing the suitability of groundwater for various uses and understanding the geochemical process at play. So next is we also have drilling and sampling. Sa drilling and sampling, these have three parts or three nasunod na to parts. So first is method of borehole drilling, and then you will know the importance of the core sample, and then you will data collect and interpretation. So drilling and sampling provide direct information about the subsurface condition. So yan ang summarization niya. And then for us to know the importance of core sample, it is borehole drilling allows us to extract core sample which are then analyzed by the data gathering or the data collection to gain insight into the geological and hydrological properties of the subsurface. And then we also have the remote sensing, which is again three parts also, which is the satellite and aerial imagery. and then advantages of remote sensing, and then application in hydrology. So remote sensing uses this satellite and aerial imagery to gather information about the Earth's surface and then about the Earth's surface and subsurface. It offers a broad view of large area, making it an invaluable tool for hydrological informations or investigation. So the advantages of it can again it can detect or data collect in a large scale, and then for its application it's monitoring surface water bodies and snow cover. So let's look for the case study sa hydrological investigation. So there are two locations here sa Metro Manila and Cebu. So some in Metro Manila, groundwater management over extraction of groundwater in Metro Manila has caused land subsidence and saltwater intrusion. Efforts include stricter extraction permits and promoting rainwater harvesting and water recycling to reduce aquifer dependency. So that is the investigation, hydrological investigation happening in Manila in the map. So as we look at some case studies where hydrological invitation have played a crucial role, for instance, again in the Metro Manila, this investigation have been instrumental in effective groundwater management. Similar also here in Cebu, the aquifer mapping, which is identified critical recharge zone to address over extraction caused by urbanization, where the use of hydrological maps supports sustainable water resource planning and conservation. So, aquifer mapping has helped secure water resource for the future use, like this in the map in Cebu, na ginana sila for para kabalo sila ma-over-extract nila cause also sa urbanization na ginaano na dili maiwasan na may tabo in the future. Okay, next slide. So let's talk about the challenges and the future direction sa hydrological investigation. So the challenges that may occur in this is the data scarcity and uneven distribution of monitoring network. So dili even ang pag-ano sa data. So we also have the impact of climate change on water resource and extreme weather patterns and so on. Medyo madami din ang challenges niya. So how do we emerge this in technologies also? So we emerge this in technologies by the satellite remote sensing for a real-time hydrological monitoring, the IoT-enabled sensor for high-resolution data collection. We also have the AI and machine learning, and then the advanced hydrological models for integrated water management. So after the downside or the challenges of it, we can give it by emerging it the problem to the technology. So for its future prospects, we will develop a global unified hydrological data system, improve integration, the multidisciplinary approach, and then we also can be sustainable water management. So despite the advantages in the hydrological, we will always occur a challenges na mag-remain na challenges such as again the data accuracy and resource constraints. However, emerging into technology will promise to address this issue and enhance our understanding of subsurface resources. So, in conclusion, uh, this one hydrological invitation revealed critical insight into the water cycle, resource management, and the impact of climate change. This study helps address water scarcity, quality issues, and ecosystem sustainability. And it's more important to continue research. Advanced hydrological research is vital for developing adequate strategy to managing fresh water and so on. So, hydrological investigation are vital for managing subsurface resources. Continued research and technological advancements will further our ability to sustainability use and protect these essential resources. So that would be all. Thank you for listening.